Hey Velocity family, as the Commonwealth of Virginia slowly begins to reopen, we wanted to share with you what our plan for gathering back together is going to look like for our church. But I want to encourage you with a thought before I share that with you, and that's this, that this is not Velocity's reopening plan. In fact, we never closed. We've been continuing to worship with one another, which has been great. We've continued to gather in small groups and prayer and encouragement and Bible study, which has been fantastic. We found new ways to serve within our community, which has been amazing. And so we are excited about what God has been able to do through us and in us during that time. But as we look forward to our re-entry plan together, our elder team has been meeting every 2 weeks to pray, to think through, to talk about, to seek godly counsel, to see what is the wise and loving thing to do and what it looks like to plan for us to re-enter our building and start gathering together. And so what we've decided is that we will have a 3-phase plan that coincides with Virginia's 3-phase plan that's been set forth. And so as Virginia moves into each phase, we'll move into our next phase. So for example, phase 1 is happening right now. And so we are going to continue to worship and gather together online as we have been. As we've looked and seen what the requirements are for a church to gather right now, we've realized that it doesn't enable us to gather in the way that we know is best for us. And so we're going to continue to gather online. Now, as phase 2 goes into effect, we'll continue to do everything online that we're doing now. We'll have an online service, we'll have online small groups, we'll have our kids video curriculum, youth group will be online. But the different thing for us will be that on Sunday mornings, we're going to be encouraging our small groups to gather together as house churches. And so we're going to be sharing in our communal celebration of our worship service at 10 a.m. in homes, sharing in communion, prayer, and encouragement. And so if you're willing, if you're able, if you're not a vulnerable population, we would love for you to get a part of a small group and so be able to celebrate in that way. Now, as Virginia moves into phase 3, most restrictions are going to be lifted. And so while we're going to have heightened cleaning protocols, we're going to be doing things that we haven't been able to do in a while. Like we're going to all gather together in phase 3. We're going to be able to have children's programming. We're going to be able to worship together the way that we know we've been called to. And so we're excited about phase 3. We know that we are better together, that when we're in person, worship, God being our audience of one is different. It's better. And so we're looking forward to that coming. And we know that even when phase 3 comes, we're still going to have people who are in vulnerable positions. And so we want to let you know, hey, we're going to continue to stream our service live on Sunday mornings so that you can connect with us that way. We're going to be continuing to move forward in some of the new ways that we've been able to minister and gather together as a church. And we're looking forward to those things as well. God has taught us all kinds of great things during this time. And it makes me think of Romans chapter 5, where Paul's encouraging the church in Rome. And the first few verses, he talks about what the faith of Christ produces in us, even when things aren't going our way. And so because of our faith, we're able to persevere. That perseverance builds our character. That character turns into the hope that we have when we keep our hearts and our minds fixed on what God is doing in and through us. And so I hope you're encouraged by that. I hope you're looking forward to what it will look like when we start gathering back together in person together. If you have any questions about these 3 phases and what our plan looks like, please let us know, and we'll talk to you then. See you soon.